today we're going to be talking about various resources to help you get your work traditionally published. Now, if you're looking to independently publish, some of these will actually be transferable, but 90% of them will not. I'm going to be talking about four resources today, one of which is helpful for indie authors, but the other three are completely just traditional, as far as I'm aware anyway. For more information as far as the contest goes, the contest is for the spring contest, writing contest, is ending on the last day of May. We will not be taking entries after 5:45 p.m. Unless you call ahead, and even then we close at 6. So you got to make sure you're in the door before 6, preferably before 5:45 on the last day of May. I think that's May 31st. Let me double check. Yep, and it's Friday. So that's the reason why it's a hard deadline of 5:45 because of the closing at 6 due to it being Friday. The forms are on the desk, and I wish you all luck. I'm looking forward to it. Alright, first thing we're going to talk about is Query Tracker. Like we talked last time, querying is absolutely 100% getting harder, unfortunately. But Query Tracker can make things a lot easier. I will recommend a few other things when it comes to Query Tracker as well. First benefit of Query Tracker is it's free. As far as I'm aware, there aren't any paid tiers. Could be wrong about that, though. I haven't used it myself due to only knowing other people who have used it. You create a login, and then you use it to track where your queries are going, who they're with, whether they're and then it tells you whether they're under review, rejected, accepted, etc. And it helps authors to also find literary agents. They have a lot of literary agents already listed on their site. That's one I should add to the list to talk about today, actually, is wish list. Yes, we will talk about that one. So I'm going to add a fifth one, actually, funnily enough. This helps you to be able to find the perfect agent for you. A lot of times you may get rejected by an agent purely because they're not taking that specific genre right now, or even because they don't work in that specific genre. So that right away is going to get you rejected, even just above and beyond your average work on that. It's a lot of work to be able to query, and this takes half of the work off your plate by keeping track of everything you're doing instead of being like, did I submit to that place? I don't remember. And you're able to then keep track of not only where you have submitted, but also what worked, what didn't work, rejections, acceptances, or even partial acceptances, or also like friendly rejections. I would definitely keep track of too, because that means that it was close, but not quite. That's very important, actually, to know how close you got to being successful. And Query Tracker can help you do that. I would highly recommend. It's just querytracker.net, and see what you think of it. Let me know in the comments below if you feel differently. The next one is discover.submittable, as in submittable.com. With Submittable, it's also fantastic because you can create a free account. I think there might be paid tiers with this one as well, but creating the account is free. With Submittable, it's fantastic because you can research not only agents, but you can research publishing companies. You can also research contests. So this is ultimately your all-in-one go place to just smash through that traditional publishing barrier and enter into contests and professional publishing opportunities, traditional publishing houses, excuse me, and all that jazz. It's honestly a fantastic resource. It's super easy to use, super user-friendly. Back when I was doing more short story submissions myself, I found that Submittable was absolutely fantastic. I haven't had a single problem with it, and I know several other people who are writers who use Submittable in order to be able to, like Query Tracker, track what they're submitting, track how it went, be able to also always be aware of new opportunities, because the website is frequently up to date. Alright, the next one we're going to be talking about is actually a great resource for both indie authors and traditional authors, and that's Reedsy, which sounds weird. It's Reedsy. With Reedsy, it may sound less professional, but it's actually incredibly professional. They have dozens of editors and agents on their website, and that's why I say it's indie friendly too. Because yes, could you need a editor as a traditionally published author? Yes, absolutely, you need one. However, it's optional before you actually get accepted, because generally after you get accepted, you will get it edited again anyway. But sometimes people need an extra firm polish before they get accepted. Sometimes there are just enough problems that's why it's not getting accepted, and if you get it professionally edited, that helps get you in. Not always, but sometimes it does. Gives you an edge at least. Definitely no guarantee though, unfortunately. That being said, if you're looking to independently publish or looking to traditionally publish, this is a great place to find literary agents and editors that can help you out. They have a great process of they're so picky I will say this, they're so picky with their selection of editors and agents, that sometimes even very legitimate editors cannot get on this site. I have a group of other editors that I'm aware, including myself, that cannot get on the site because we technically don't have enough years of traditional publishing experience, because we did a year or less of traditional before we moved on to freelancing. So we have plenty of experience in editing, but because we don't have, I think it's 2.5+ years of editing experience, we're not considered eligible for Reedsy. So if you really want your editor to be just like off the charts experienced, definitely look at Reedsy. The only problem with that is also their price ranges will tend to be on the higher spectrum. So if you're willing to spend anywhere from 1.5 to 3 cents per word, and that's being generous, probably more like 2 to 3 cents per word. 1.5 is more common for people like me who are just regular freelancers and not fancy Reedsy freelancers. Yeah, you're going to be spending a lot of money if you're going to get an editor from here. But you could also look at getting agents from here. They have an absolutely fantastic list of directories with fantastic agents. Then there's the website pw.org/literary_agents. It's also known as the Poets and Writers website. They have ways to get published. They have ways to find classes. They have ways to find literary agents. They have opportunities you can apply for. You can subscribe to their newsletter. You can promote your writing. There are all sorts of things that this is beneficial for, but if you're looking for traditional publishing wise, they actually have a fantastic literary agents database, and let me tell you right now, it's absolutely just phenomenal. I haven't used it personally, but I have friends who have used it and classmates who have used it, and they have had phenomenal success finding a literary agent that is tailored perfectly to what they are looking for their book. I don't know if they've been accepted yet because they've just started using it, but I will say it seems to be fantastic at being able to help you narrow down what you're looking for, which is honestly all that it's about, right? You got to narrow your list down to make sure that you got what you want. You also, like I said, have so many more resources on the Poets and Writers website. They have a magazine, they have different opportunities, they have classes, they have ways to promote your own writing, they have a blog talking about publishing your own writing. So many infinite resources with the Poets and Writers website. I cannot say enough good about them. They are fantastic. The last thing that I'm going to talk about that is actually super useful is called Manuscript Wish List. I can't believe I almost forgot to use this one. God, I didn't. This helps you not only find good agents, but also helps you find good editors. So this also, again, is indie friendly. However, I will say that it is more traditionally leaning. The reason why is because it's a manuscript wish list. The whole idea is that agents and editors, more specifically agents than editors, say, hey, I would really love to promote and publish some fluffy romances right now. And then you say, great, I have a really fluffy, warm and cozy romance that I'm working on. Maybe I should submit to them. And then the best part is if they change it and say, I'm no longer taking that, then you're updated. Then you're not submitting to someone who's automatically going to say no. you're fully aware of not only what the situation is at all times, but then you're also aware of new possibilities that are constantly popping up. It also makes it much easier because then upon being accepted, you can continue to look and say, hey, well, is there anyone else that I'm interested in? Or even if you don't get accepted, then you can just go to the next one on the list. And you can keep that forward momentum and that forward progress towards getting published traditionally. Like I said, they also have editors on here, which is fantastic because that means that if you're looking for an editor, you can definitely find one here. I will say it's harder to find one that isn't already linked to a traditional publishing company on Manuscript Wishlist. That's why it's the best for querying agents and publishers, but at the same time, I think it's absolutely phenomenal, and I would highly recommend using Manuscript Wishlist if you are doing any sort of querying. Use Query Tracker to track your queries and Manuscript Wishlist to find who you're looking for. I think that would be the power couple combo, in my personal opinion. Could totally be wrong. Maybe someone else feels differently, but honestly, the power couple combo is Manuscript Wishlist and Query Tracker, in my personal opinion. Thank you for listening to my lesson today. I, as always, am happy to talk about whatever you guys want me to talk about. So if you have a specific lesson you'd like me to teach, please feel free to comment below. If you have any recommendations for other websites that I could do a compilation of more websites that are fantastic, comment the website that you really like to use to subscribe to submit your manuscripts. I tried to make them one word. And then don't forget, we have our spring contest due on May 31st, and I really hope that you guys will enter. I am looking forward to seeing more entries. Bye!